At first glance, Sandra Bullock and Jesse James looked like a couple who had almost nothing in common. She was one of Hollywood's most recognizable stars, while he was best known for building custom motorcycles and appearing on reality television. Yet somehow, despite their completely different worlds, the two found a way to build a life together.
There's no surprise that my work got better when I met you, because I never knew what it felt like for someone to have my back.
For a while, Sandra and Jesse seemed to have found something real, but the relationship that had begun so unexpectedly was about to take a dramatic turn. Their story began in 2003, with something as simple as a Christmas present. Sandra arranged a visit to West Coast Choppers for her 10-year-old godson, who was fascinated by motorcycles. Jesse personally gave them the tour, and that meeting apparently left an impression on him. Afterward, he reached out to Sandra, hoping they could get to know each other. Sandra, however, wasn't immediately interested. She wouldn't give him her phone number and agreed to communicate only through email. Even after being turned down more than once, Jesse kept trying. But rather than relying on fame or flashy gestures, he took a different approach. He began asking Sandra genuine questions about her life and who she was as a person. That caught her off guard. Sandra later recalled being surprised by his confidence, essentially wondering why he thought he could question her so personally. Yet those conversations slowly changed the way she saw him. Their relationship developed through letters and long conversations, allowing Sandra to discover the person behind the public image. Before she even realized what was happening, she had started falling for him.
I never allowed myself to be cared for or protected that way in a relationship.
Their whirlwind romance soon led to a proposal, with Jesse giving Sandra a vintage Tiffany diamond ring dating back to 1910. But the wedding itself was an even bigger surprise. In 2005, they invited about 270 guests to what appeared to be Sandra's birthday celebration, only for everyone to discover it was actually their wedding. Sandra walked down the aisle in satin cowboy boots and even crafted Jesse's wedding band herself in his workshop. Their planned honeymoon, a cross-country road trip, was later canceled because paparazzi refused to give them any privacy. Sandra also embraced her role as a stepmother to Jesse's 3 children from previous relationships, fully immersing herself in family life. The couple even moved across the street from one of Jesse's ex-wives to make co-parenting easier. By 2010, they appeared happier than ever, with Jesse proudly cheering Sandra on when she won her first Oscar for The Blind Side. Just 10 days later, however, their seemingly perfect marriage was rocked when tattoo artist Michelle "Bombshell" McGee claimed she had been involved with Jesse for nearly a year. Jesse initially denied most of the accusations, but soon took responsibility, admitting that he alone was to blame for the damage he had caused Sandra and their family.
During the midst of all of it, and when I was doing it, one, I knew it was horrible. It made me feel horrible. And two, I knew I would get caught eventually, and I think I wanted to get caught. It was me trying to self-sabotage my life.
Then the situation grew even worse as more women came forward with similar accusations, turning the scandal into a media storm. Jesse eventually entered a treatment facility to deal with what he described as personal issues. Roughly a month after the allegations became public, Sandra filed for divorce. Around the same time, she revealed something that had been kept completely private. Earlier that year, she and Jesse had quietly adopted a baby boy named Louis, intending to wait until after awards season to share the news. Instead, Sandra found herself beginning motherhood as a single parent.
I mean, so much had happened. How do you process grief and not hurt your child in the process? It's a newborn. They take on everything that you're feeling. So my obligation was to him and not tainting the first year of his life with my grief.
In a television interview, Jesse acknowledged that he had told Sandra the full truth, although he chose not to reveal how many affairs had taken place. He simply admitted that he had been unfaithful to his wife, and that there was no excuse for what he had done. Sandra, meanwhile, largely kept her feelings about the divorce private. When she finally addressed it publicly in 2013, she made it clear that she had no intention of looking back, saying she was exactly where she wanted to be. Years later, she reflected on the experience and how the pain ultimately gave her a deeper understanding of what family truly meant. After the divorce, there was one Hollywood star many fans wished Sandra could have ended up with, Keanu Reeves. The two had been a favorite pairing among the public for years, but a romance between them never actually happened. Long before Sandra became an Oscar-winning household name, she was a rising actress in 1994, taking on the role of Annie Porter in Speed. the film that would become a major breakthrough in her career. Her co-star was Keanu Reeves, already one of Hollywood's most promising young stars. Years later, during a 2018 appearance on The Ellen DeGeneres Show, Sandra openly admitted that she had developed a serious crush on Keanu while making the film. She remembered being captivated by how kind and handsome he was from the very beginning, and her feelings weren't exactly easy to hide. Whenever they shared a scene, simply catching Keanu's gaze could make Sandra lose her composure. Instead of staying completely focused on the performance, she would find herself getting nervous, laughing, and struggling to keep a straight face around him.
Think about how sweet Keanu Reeves was and how handsome he was. It was hard. It was really, it was hard for me to really be serious. Like he would look at me and I'd be like,
Did y'all get together? Did you date him?
never dated him.
Really?
There was just something about me that I guess he didn't like.
That's not true.
I think it's true.
No.
He never.
He was probably intimidated.
Not
because
at
you were-
all.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing to intimidate. I'm not that.
Yes, you are.
But
Seeing how interested the audience was, Ellen asked Sandra the obvious question: had she and Keanu ever actually dated? Sandra quickly said no, explaining that Keanu had never made a move on her, although she admitted she had no idea why. She even joked that maybe there was simply something about her that he didn't like. Sandra also dismissed the idea that Keanu might have been intimidated by her, suggesting that their long-lasting friendship may have existed precisely because they never crossed that romantic line. Yet their chemistry was hard to miss, both on camera and off. In an old 1994 interview promoting Speed, Keanu spoke warmly about Sandra, describing her as beautiful and praising the positive energy and light she brought wherever she went.
She's a beautiful lady. Yeah, very beautiful, giving, and so I don't know. I've enjoyed her company immensely. Oh, yeah, and she's a really great actress too. No, she is. No, but she is. I mean, she.
Keanu's admiration for Sandra was clear, and when she unexpectedly walked into his interview, the two shared a warm moment that showed just how comfortable they were around each other. But the biggest twist came years later. In 2019, Keanu revealed that he had actually had a crush on Sandra during Speed 2. The problem? Neither of them knew the other felt the same way. When they reunited for the Lake House in 2006, that chemistry was still there, but by then, they had built something different, a genuine friendship. They stayed in touch, checked on each other, and occasionally met for dinner despite going long periods without seeing one another. In the end, Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves may have been Hollywood's ultimate what if. They had the chemistry, the mutual feelings, and the connection, but neither ever made the first move. Instead, they turned that unspoken romance into a friendship that lasted for decades. Sometimes, the love story isn't about two people ending up together. Sometimes, it's about the person who could have been and the friendship that remained.